Hi, Sharon here from Global Healing Exchange and Holistic Living Magazine. I want to talk about fear, anxiety. It's very, very crippling for so many people, and it's a disease that is inside of us rather than the outside. So people can't see it externally, but it's something that when you suffer from it, it can cripple you. So if you have in the past or still do suffer from anxiety or fear or panic attacks, phobias, social anxiety disorders, any form of mental health, watch this video to know that there are things that you can do to actually empower yourself. We've been taught that, you know, taking medication is the only way, but there are so many other ways out there. So I want to give you a few resources that you can go to. So for the last, excuse me, I'm just going to turn my phone off now. Nobody's spoken to me all day, and then suddenly I'm popular. So for the last 8 years, I've been building Global Healing Exchange. And over that time, we have got so many resources on the website from different types of holistic health practitioners from around the world. I used to suffer from fear and anxiety, and I don't know whether you can tell, but I'm actually feeling it now. It's really weird because it was about a year ago when I first started. I did my first video online, live video, and I was so nervous. And I actually had to have one of my experts with me while I did it, because I thought that nothing will come out, and I thought I'd be like a deer in headlights. And it was really interesting for me that first time, because as soon as I pressed the broadcast, then words did come out and I could speak quite normally. So it was the mental block that I put in my head telling me that I couldn't do this, and the fear. So what is fear? What is it meant to be there for? So it's naturally something that's within our body, and it's our body talking to us, and it's telling us that it isn't a safe situation for us to be in. So literally, fear is and anxiety is a signal from the body that something isn't right, and it's there to serve you. But the problem is when it starts running at a higher speed in your brain, that's when the anxiety disorders and the panic attacks come in. So, you know, what can you do about it? So I think you can understand if you can understand the structure of what it works. So once you feel anxious or you feel a fear, there's chemicals that respond in your brain, and you know, the adrenaline starts running, and then you've got the adrenals, and you've got lots of different organs that start going into the fight flight system, because basically your body at that point says that you're in fear or you're feeling anxious about something, and it sets off this chemical reaction in your body. And so hi Gwenda, nice to see you. So you've got this chemical reaction going on in your body, and it's telling you that, you know, you're in a situation that isn't comfortable for you. But it should be very, very short term. So if you have a look at the adrenaline, you know, in our body, it's there to produce us to, you know, something to help us run away if we are nervous, or to run after food. Say we're in caveman time. So it's a natural thing on our body. And then once the anxiety or the fear has gone away, we're supposed to go and rest and relax and let the other hormones work the way that they should do, and then sleep, and then the cortisol levels go down and the melatonin goes high. So there's this beautiful symmetry within our chemicals in our body. But what happens when you suffer from fear and anxiety is these chemicals get stuck in your body, and your brain goes over and over and over these things. So if you can imagine having a record, you know, the old record player going around and around and around, and it's a picture. And if you can imagine the record player going around, and you can see pictures of your life. If you are anxious, you will keep saying the same picture going over and over and over again. And you know this because if you suffer from anxiety and fear, this is what you'll do. This is what you're going in your mind. And when you're going over and over the same thing and bringing up the physical response, you're going to get more and more anxious. So how do we counteract that? It's really simple, really. It's about distracting our mind. It's about finding another strategy that isn't anxiety. So your mind already knows how to do anxiety. It knows how to do fear. It might not know how to do relaxation. It might not know how to do, you know, something that is going to take that away from you. So rather than taking a pill, there's a lot of other things that we can do holistically to help this. So we do have a free magazine. It came out on the 15th of this month. And this has lots of different types of therapies that will help you with your anxiety and with fear. So I've got a bit of a list here. So the one that I wrote, I'm actually a hypnotherapist. So I wrote an article on hypnotherapy and how it can help fear and anxiety. We've got yoga practitioners. We've got trauma release, forensic healing, hypnobirthing. You can imagine with, you know, having babies, there's a lot of fear surrounding that. Meditation, you know, changing our behavior. There's so many things that we can do when we start looking at fears and phobias and anxiety disorders. And it doesn't mean that you have to be on medication for all your life. Sure, there are some people where medication, they just have to have it because they just do not function very well without it. But the majority of cases, there are strategies that you can put into place where you can start healing yourself. And my thing is about educating people holistically, because once we're educated, we can then make it an informed decision to use the type of therapy that we want to use. And we don't start pushing down our emotions with pills, because that's what you're doing with pills. Your body's giving you that, the chemical reaction saying that you should be scared or you should have fear. And then you're taking a pill and you're suppressing your emotions. So we all know that when you're suppressing your emotions, it affects you physically. So it isn't actually doing you any long-term benefits. It's only a short-term gain. So what we're doing here is we're giving you a free magazine with all of these resources. These were some of the therapies we've spoken about. And there's a lot more. So all you need to do is go to globalhealingexchange.com. The links are actually on the video here. Go to the Ruby membership. You have to sign up, and all of our members get our magazines, future and past magazines. So we've got 12 different magazines there, ranging from self-love and cancer and diabetes. And, you know, when you're looking at healing your body, you've got to look holistically at it. So you can either look at a disease or you can look at an emotion, but you can look at different aspects of healing. So what we've got is a resource here now with lots of different types of magazines in there where you can look up what you need. Ongoing, so that's our free Ruby membership. On top of that, we've got an Emerald membership, and that's $9.97 a month. And I want to keep, I mean, that's incredibly cheap, but my thing is I want as many people to get themselves well as possible. And, you know, it's a numbers game. If I started pricing this at $1,000, people aren't going to come in there. So literally it's $9.97 a month. We have over 500 videos, audios, ebooks in there from the experts that write for the magazine, but also other experts, where you can go into the healing portal section and there are how-to videos. So how to help yourself or heal from your certain illness from a holistic level. Okay, so I'm not explaining that very well. So if I was in there, you'd look under anxiety, and then when you click on anxiety, underneath that, there'll be hypnotherapy, and I'll be in there saying, hi, I'm Sharon from Global Healing Exchange. I do hypnotherapy. I'm going to talk about how hypnotherapy can help anxiety today and give you some tips. And these are tips that you can do on a daily basis. Once you've paid the $10, these are things that you can do at home. And then it takes practice. You know, one pill isn't going to do it, and doing one meditation isn't going to do it. This is about learning things that you can instill into your life and practice, you know, practice at getting healthy again. So we have that. We have that from lots of different experts as well, on different healing modalities. And we've only just launched, but we will be getting a hell of a lot more practitioners in there. So that's really basically what I want to share with you today. I can go on and on. It seems like as soon as I get in front of the camera, my fear just disappears and the anxiety goes away. But what I really wanted to say is there are resources out there for you. They're completely free. You don't have to join the Emerald membership where you watch the videos. The magazines are there for free. We're always going to give that magazine away for free. And I just hope that something here is stuck in your head. And you know, you don't have to live your life that way. It's very nasty. I had I've spoken about my childhood before. When I was very young, you know, I was stuck in fight flight, and it was unbearable for me to live. You know, I lived in terror. This is my very, very early years, and it's taken me a long time to get over that, and it's taken me a long time to find the right therapist and be able to trust again and be able to know what I can do. And it was really interesting because once I wrote an article about panic attacks, and I worked my strategies of how I do a panic attack. And then when I was writing the article, I had to put myself in that mindset of how I did that panic attack. And suddenly I was on that record player again. And then I had to undo that to come up with a new strategy. So this is something that you might be able to do. If it's something that if you don't want to join, you know, get your magazines, you don't want to join the Ruby membership, this is one tip I can give to you. And every emotion that you feel, everything that you do, you have a strategy of how to do that. So if you sit and think, and it's like, well, what do I do when I get anxious? What things am I saying to myself? What is my body posture like? What am I feeling within my body? These are all strategies. So for instance, if I'm sitting here anxious, I can feel the butterflies in my chest, below my chest now. And I can feel my voice starting to shake, and I can feel my hands, and I'm getting a bit sweaty. Like this is how I do anxiety. I'm going to stop that now because otherwise I'll go back into, you know, something quite big. But once I realized that I could undo that. And it's the same with all different, you know, therapies out there. Once we find the cause, we can change. So holistic therapy is about changing what our body does on a subconscious level. You know, our body gives us emotions to use, but once you've used that emotion, they're not meant to be there. They're not meant to give you agony. They're not meant to, you know, make your life hell. There are things that you can do. So I'm going to sign off now, but you can either go to globalhealingexchange.com and sign up, or you can go to the shop link and join up the memberships. On the Ruby membership, we will not charge you. So just go there. As I say, the links are on the description here. And I hope to see you on the inside. I hope that what we're doing here, the intention is to empower. I want millions of people to read this magazine, empower people to manage their health holistically. You know, there are so many people out there who can't afford healthcare. And it's, you know, once they realize that there is something out there for them and it doesn't have to cost them a lot of money, they're going to be so happy, and there's going to be a lot more healthier people around. So that's my mission. So if this has helped you, or if you know that this can help somebody else, please share the video. It's also going to be put up on our YouTube channel, so Global Healing Exchange on YouTube. Please help and share, and I will see you in another video. Okay, bye for now.